Hi guys, it's Mark with Texas Fund Finding, and I wanted to share with you some video I took earlier this month at the monthly foreclosure sales held for May 2025 at the Bexar County, Texas Courthouse. Here, depending on what time you show up, you'll see both mortgage foreclosures and property tax foreclosures being sold. The mortgage foreclosures go on pretty much all day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in some cases, while the property tax sale starts at 10 a.m. and depending on how many properties are going to sale, is usually done and over by 11 or 11:30 or so. Before I continue though, drop us a like and even subscribe. We'll be adding more helpful content here soon that you won't want to miss. Okay, of course, we're interested in these sales you're seeing to see which properties get sold to an investor for more than what is owed in either the property taxes or the foreclosing mortgage or lien. You'll hear some opening bids or minimum bids mentioned by the substitute trustees or the auctioneer, but you can't consider that to be what is actually owed. With mortgage foreclosures, you need to calculate approximately how much the homeowners owe at the time of sale by looking at the original amount of the mortgage, when it was taken out, and the term or length of the lien or mortgage, although most are 30 years. Even then, since we don't know if the homeowners being foreclosed on are behind 4, 5, 6 months or even much longer, it's hard to get close when figuring out what is really owed. But I do not trust any minimum or opening bids, especially if it's a round number like $125,000 or $190,000. Take those minimum and opening bids with a grain of salt. Here, though, is one such minimum bid that'll really get your attention.
It's $40 million.
This property received no bids, however, and went back to the foreclosing mortgage holder or lien holder. On the tax side, the minimum bid is usually more dependable to use when determining an overage, but when the auctioneer mentions other taxes owing and gives an amount, you can pretty much add that amount to the minimum bid and use that as a solid amount to determine the amount of excess proceeds. Understand that here in Texas, not all delinquent back taxes are included in the tax lawsuit or minimum bid, simply because the whole tax foreclosure process here often takes 2 to 3 years or more, and by the time they're ready to sell the property, more taxes have now become unpaid and past due. Let's listen in on one property being sold for taxes.
Once, 36,200, 36,200, 36,200 going once, twice, sold for 36,200.
Okay, so this property we know has some excess proceeds. The minimum bid was $24,543.90. There were other taxes owing of $5,485.86. So basically the total owed was $30,029.78. But you saw that it sold for $36,200, producing about $6,000 in excess proceeds to recover. Again, these sales are almost always the first Tuesday of the month, unless a major holiday falls on that day. If you're interested in the overage business and want to help homeowners who lose their property to these kinds of sales, reach out to us by commenting below. And again, like and subscribe to be notified of more informative content we have coming soon. Also, we have a free Facebook group that focuses strictly on overages in Texas. See the link below to join us. Thanks for watching.